So what are two of the strongest shipping plays that are listed in the Singapore market that can potentially offer more upside by 15%, 20%, or maybe even 30% in the next couple of months? Hey guys, Joey here, top tier MyZelle trader in Philips Securities, and in this video, I'm showing you guys just two shipping stocks that are listed on the SGX, and they came to my watch list since the beginning of the year in January. All right, and just let me share with you guys these two stocks before we dive into each of their charts. All right, and maybe even take a look at the system, whereby we had a couple of bullish signals coming out over the past few months as well. All right, so this is the first stock right over here. I'll tell you the name in a bit, but you can see right over here, somewhere in January 2024, we saw a break above that 155 level. Upside targets were drawn all the way to 180. So let's find out in a bit where are we right now, if there could be more upside. And next would be this company right over here, all right, whereby we broke a very key level at 65 cents to 70 cents. Same thing, upside targets were drawn by more than 28% to about 80 cents, 85 cents. And we have since a little bit of profit taking coming back. So let's find out where are we right now and if there could be more upside as well, right? So the first stock I'll share with you, right, let's dive into it right now. We look at the charts. I'll do a quick analysis before diving into the system to see, how did we get alerted to this stock in the first place, and how a system could guide me and perhaps could guide you as well. Okay, so the first stock is called YZJ Shipbuilding, right? Yangzijiang Shipbuilding right here. So I mentioned that we broke the $1.55 upside targets were drawn, all right, and let's see where we are right now today, right? So you can see that we have managed to break this level quite firmly. As I mentioned, we were right here in January, all right, around the 5th or 6th of January over here. We broke the 155. Upside targets were drawn as we traded all the way up to our target at about $1.80. You can see that we are trading at about $1.79, $1.78. So that's where we are seeing a little bit of profit taking, because somewhere around August, September, you can see we touched that level, sold all the way back down, and we actually saw a bit of consolidation right here from 140 to 155 before finally breaking the 155 and heading up. Upside targets were drawn, heading up all the way back to the 180 level, right? So this company, all right, is still in our watch list. I mean, even though it has hit our watch list as 180, and we are in fact seeing some profit taking right now. So for those of you who have got in, for clients who have alerted to this idea as well, you could take some profit as well, right? Near 180, maybe at 179, 178, 177. I think that's fine, because that's where potentially we are seeing some profit taking, right? Maybe even a retracement back down. If you to break down, maybe below the 175 support, we may see a retracement back down as well, right? But the key here is this, right? What happens if we were to break above the $1.80 level? Well, I think that this level will be key for now. All right, we have touched it once, came back down. So if we were to kind of break above the 180, all right, I think right now maybe you could see a bit of support coming back, maybe a little bit higher at $1.60. So that is kind of like the range from 160 to 180. And if 180 were to give way, potential upside can be revised all the way to about that $2 level. So $2 would be a psychological support level again. All right, we might break 180, see a little bit of consolidation right here. All right, up and down from 180 to $2. And eventually, if we do hit above the $2 as well, that would be a good thing. We could see the uptrend continue, right? So for Yangzijiang, as I mentioned, right, it has been on my watch list since last year. We actually saw a retracement in prices. We were consolidating below 155 to 160. And finally, the reversal move came. All right, we saw the 20 days moving average turning up. It broke the 155 resistance, and we have made our way back up. So I think it still looks good. It still looks good, even though there's some profit taking near 180. You can wait for a pullback maybe to near 170 to time your entry on dips, and be prepared for the break above 180, because I think if that happens, as I say, we could start to move on to another phase of the upside. All right, and even for the longer term trend, right, this counter has been in a pretty strong longer term uptrend. You can see since 2 years back, we can also draw an upward sloping channel support line. So it has been finding, I would say, higher lows since 2 years back. Of course, in the short term, we did see a bit of consolidation, some profit taking along the way, but eventually buyers came back and pushed it even higher. All right, so one of those pretty strong uptrending stocks, shipping plays that you can put in your watch list as well. All right, so let's take a look at this system that I have, that kind of alerted us to this company. All right, and let's see what it says, if there are any bullish signals that have came out recently, and if there are any exits right now. Let's go. Okay, so this is YZJ Shipbuilding, Yang Shipbuilding on my 1GT system, right? So this 1GT system basically is a web-based software that, filters out or alerts us to winning stocks like this. And not only that, it guides us on entry and exit as well. So you want to find out a little bit more, you can have one of those free webinars that we're still running, all right? The link is right below the video. Click on it, register for it. That's where I'll share with you a little bit more on the strategy behind the system and perhaps how you can have access to this system as well. All right, so YZJ Shipbuilding, you can see that I'll not go too far, but since May last year, we had a couple of bullish entry signals coming out. Look at this right here, a green arrow pointing up. It's an entry signal, start to push up. And as I mentioned, right, we hit it around September, August last year. We hit it to the 180 resistance. So that's where there's some exit signal coming out, and even the bearish signal started to come out near the resistance, and we started selling down. Look at this, right? We got a bearish signal, it starts heading down. We got an exit, and we were actually consolidating. I mentioned, right, we were actually consolidating for about 2 months from 140 to 155. Here's some bearish signal, and just moved a little bit sideways, a little bit down. But let's just zoom into what happened somewhere around 2nd of January. Remember, we got in about 4th, 5th Jan, right over there when it broke the 155, right? So right over here, you can see that just before it broke the 155 resistance level, whereby we were consolidating for 2 months, we got this signal, a bullish entry signal on the 2nd of Jan 2024, just as the new year began, right? So after that, 2 days later, pump, it broke it, and we saw it moving up, and exit, and came back down a little bit. And let's just zoom into what happens after that. You can see 16th of Feb, just a few weeks back, we got a new bullish signal again. It went all the way up, and we are back at 180, right? So the question is, are there any exit signal? What do I mean by exit? Well, I mean, is there this signal right here? So white arrow pointing down would be an exit signal, which can point to some profit taking, some selling happening, right? So you can see when we got an exit, it started to just push down a little bit, and we got a bullish signal. So now, all right, with this most recent bullish signal on the 16th of Feb, started to push up, and you can see right now as of today, all right, there are no exit signals yet, right? So it still looks quite strong, as I mentioned, even though there's some profit taking over the past 1-2 days, which is normal, by the way, as I mentioned, all right. There could still be a potential for it to break the $1.80 resistance, right? So now it goes to 180, 181, and sellers are just pushing it back down. But over the next few days, or maybe next 1 or 2 weeks, if we go to 182, 183, 184, all right, and we do see pretty strong volume, all right, and there's still no exits, I think that could be another bullish play, right? Bullish move up, as I say, to 190, maybe to $2 psychological level. If an exit signal comes out there, well, then that's where some profit taking can come back again. All right, so this is YZJ, Yang Shipbuilding, SGD, all right, on my one good trend. All right, so 1GT system. It's a web-based software that allows us to, be alerted on stocks like this, and also guides us on entry and exit. Okay, let's move on to the second shipping stock that is listed on the SGX that I'd share with you, whereby we did see some strength coming back over the past 1 to 2 months, right? So what company this? Well, this company is called Samudera Shipping. All right, Samudera Shipping, you see right over here, as we begin January, 5th of Jan, so somewhere around here, we saw some move. All right, there was a reversal after the consolidation, and upside targets were drawn all the way from 65 cents to that 85 cents, right? So let's see where we are right now. Okay, Samudera Shipping right here, right now, trading at about 0.725. So since when we covered it, all right, in January, right over here, as I mentioned, we broke that 65 cents. We actually traded all the way up towards our first target at about that 80 cents. So 80 cents would be a psychological level. So you can see that we were actually right here somewhere in September last year. We saw a pretty bearish candle, started to trade all the way down. And same thing, right? Just about last month or 1-2 months back, we hit it to near 80 cents, right? Not really 85, but somewhere around 80 cents. Selling came back. There was a bearish candle spotted, all right? And we started to trade all the way down again, right? But the key is that as it traded lower, all right, we could see some buying pressure coming back as well. So the support used to be about 65 cents, right? But it seems like over the past 2 to 3 weeks, the support has gone a little bit higher, right? So let me just go to shift this support line up for now. So we can shift it maybe all the way up towards that 0.68 level. You can see right over here, over the past 1 month, in fact, more than a month, we have been supported above this 0.68 level, right over here. You can see a little bit of resistance. We broke up here, even here a resistance level as well. So resistance we broke, it turned into a support level, right? So 0.68 would be a higher support, no, not 0.65 anymore, but 0.68. I think if we can stay above this level, which is what's happening over the past 1 to 2 months, right, after breaking above and heading to 80 cents and now coming back down again, right? So if we can stay above that 0.68, right, I think upside targets can be reiterated from here all the way up, maybe same thing back to that 80 cents level first, right? So you can see that for Samudra Shipping, we have seen selling. I mean, we hit it to a high since beginning of last year to about $1.20, and we actually form what we call lower high. So you can draw, you can see in terms of the trend, it was like pushing down and down. Let me just turn this to red in color. You can see a bit of a downtrend, right? Lower highs, you can see lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, and based on all these lowest highs, all right, we drew, I kind of like draw this downward sloping channel resistance, right? So it was like just moving a bit of a downtrend from February 2023 all the way to December last year. And as I mentioned, right, only right over here, we started to see some signs of a reversal coming back, consolidated a little bit, and of course, eventually breaking that 65 cents and pushing up. So now we are actually consolidating at a higher level from this consolidation. So let me just draw it for you, right? So this was the consolidation, I would say about 3 months back in November. So up, down, pump, right? So now we have gone to a higher consolidation. So that's a good thing, right? As I mentioned, 0.68 would be a support level right now. It is a higher support level. If we stay above it, good. That is potentially where the reversal can continue. And you can see that right now, in terms of the 20 days moving average, right? It has been pointing down, flat, down, all the way until somewhere around beginning of the year in January. As I mentioned, right, we broke 65. The 20 days moving average started to point up, and it started to just flatten out a little bit over the past 1 to 2 months, right? Which is normal because we are moving or consolidating sideways. But you can see right now, it is starting to just point up a little bit as we consolidate. So yeah, I think it looks quite good, right? The reversal is still intact as long as we stay above that 0.68 new support level, maybe all the way to like 75 to maybe even that 80 cents psychological resistance. Okay, so let's take a look at Samudra Shipping on my 1GT system, right? This web-based software that I have, my students and mentees have it as well, all right? That not only alerts us to stocks like this, but also guides us on entry and exit, all right? So you can see that for Samudra Shipping, I don't go too far, but beginning of last year, maybe beginning of 2023, you could see that we got this really good bullish entry signal with green arrow pointing up. It goes down. A bullish signal came in on the, I would say, 5th of Jan, 2023, not this year, last year, 5th of Jan 2023, all right, and it just shot up, up by, I would say maybe 15 to 20 days, exit, another bullish signal started to push up a little bit more, and we were, kind of like consolidating sideways. So I mentioned that we kind of headed to like 115 to 120, that was like kind of the peak in around March 2023, and what happened, right? We started to turn into a downtrend. Remember, I drew that downward sloping channel resistance line, and it formed lower highs, right? So yeah, you can see that we did had bearish signals coming out since like May last year with a bearish signal, went down, another bearish signal came in, down, bearish signal went down, all right, so it just started hitting down and down. As I mentioned, it was a bit of a downtrend. So it kind of guide you. I already say that if you have this system, it can guide you not only to just get in and hold all the way because you don't know when to get out, but it can also guide you to get out as well, especially if it's gone up by quite a fair bit, all right, and you see like a red arrow down, a bearish signal, that could potentially lead to some heavy selling, all right? So yeah, it has happened, it's sold down, and let's see what happens after selling down. So I mentioned, right, somewhere around here on the December, we started to break above the downward sloping channel resistance. Yeah, right over here we broke above the downward sloping red line. Remember this red line connecting the highs, forming lower highs. So we broke above this line, and there will some signs of a potential reversal back up. So let's take a look at the system again to see. Yeah, right, we got a bullish entry signal right here, all the way up. We got an exit, came back down a little bit, all right, and you can see over the past, like as I mentioned, 1-2 months, we are seeing a little bit of a consolidation, right? So what is the consolidation? Well, I would say same thing, 0.68 all the way to 0.75, right? 80 cents would be the first target. That would be where some heavy profit taking can come back again, right? So you can see the most recent one would be a bullish signal right here. So we are just kind of like consolidating here. So with bullish signals coming out as consolidate, you could take a potential entry again as we head to near that 0.68 support, right? We have a plan, right? In case the support breakdown, you want to have a stop loss again, right? Because we may see an exit, we may even see a bearish signal, right? But so far, it still looks good. As I mentioned, anything above 0.68, there could be a potential rebound, all right, towards that 80 cents and even breaking 80 cents to hit even higher as well. Alright guys, so there we have it. These are the 2 shipping plays that have came into my watch list over the past few months, whereby we saw some bullish price actions coming back, some reversal signals came in on my system, and some of my clients and mentees and students were alerted to it as well, right? So you found a little bit more on the strategy behind, or maybe even how this web-based 1GT system works, right? Can attend one of those free webinars. I'll just place the link below the video, all right, and click on it, register for it. I'll share with you a little bit more on the entire one good trend framework. All right, so if you want to get ideas like this as well faster, some of those ideas whereby we do send out to clients on a daily basis by WhatsApp for free. All right, you can click on the link below as well. All right, I'll just put the link there on how you can come on board as a client of mine in Philips Securities, whereby we do share some of these ideas daily. All right, and especially if you are trading online on your own and you don't get much service from your own broker, all right, it's just a DIY online trading platform and stuff like that. All right, click on the link below, find out more, and some of the services you can enjoy as well for free, absolutely no additional charge. It's pretty much the same as whatever you're paying when you're trading anyway. All right, so come on board as a client of mine in Philips Securities to get some of these ideas on Samudra shipping, even young to young as well. We covered it 1 or 2 months back. You do get some of these ideas much faster than the time it takes to do a video like this. All right, so Joey here. Thank you so much for watching. I look forward to see you in the webinar if you have not yet attended it. All right, and even become a client of mine in Philips Securities if you're not getting any service from your own broker. I'll see you soon.